All right, man, I chose to do this video on this particular channel because this is a Detroit Lion player that I actually freaking like. I hate what they say. Well, former Lion Adrian Peterson get beat up at a poker game. Hey, we didn't claim Adrian Peterson as a Lion. We didn't claim him. But apparently they suspended Teddy Bridgewater from Miami Northwestern. Now, what's so funny is I went to college with a couple of those guys who won a state championship at Miami Northwestern. Know some guys that played against Denard Robinson. I think these guys went to, I forget where they went, Deerfield Beach or something. Played against somewhere. Maybe that's where he went. But hey, know some of those guys from that school that won state championships. They love the brother Jacoby Harris, who was a quarterback, I believe, at the time, who went on a quarterback in Miami. So basically they suspended him. He paid for the kids to get home, Uber rides. He catered them meals, paid for them recovery treatment, and that was against the lines. He wasn't supposed to do all of that, right? And he said even before that, he was donating from the bleachers, and he will continue to donate from the bleachers as a fan or as a person that care about the community. And one thing you got to understand too, this ain't nothing new. Coaches, even in DPS, whatever they call it now, they were taking kids home. You know what I'm saying? They were making sure the kids get home. They were, having parents volunteer or paying for meals for us to eat before the game. They were, buying shirts and ties for the kids. They were giving kids money who didn't have money to get on the bus. They was giving kids money for dinner who didn't have dinner. They was giving kids, shoes and clothes who didn't have it. That goes on in the school system all the time in the inner city school system. And they look at it as, oh, it's a disadvantage or an advantage or something like that. It's not a disadvantage. If you see a lot of if you go out to like the Catholic school or the private schools like Catholic Central, or you go out to Brother Rice, they chopping wood, they got all these great materials or great amenities they got, and they pay to go there. So when you people ask the question, why don't teachers make more? Because people pay to see football. They pay to watch basketball. They pay for these things. So this is why they make the big bucks. If you pay for your kids' schooling, you get better amenities. And I'm not knocking for them for giving your kids an advantage. And people in the community, in the black community, see you being privileged and you having advantages. They see that as piss pouring backwards. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to give things to your children that you didn't have. And I'm not talking about shoes, clothes, opportunities to be in better schools, to be in better after school programs, to be in the chess club, to be able to go travel abroad. Those are the opportunities you're supposed to give your kids. You're not supposed to give your kids a 70-inch TV because you didn't have one. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to give your kids, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you shouldn't, but that's not the ideal goal, to give your kids a PS5 because you didn't have a PS1. No, think bigger than that. So he cared about his kids and his community. And, Cam Jordan was basically saying, former teammate, if this was pre-NIL, post, present NIL, I think it's malarkey. Malarkey. It didn't have no, they won and I got a spot. If they was losing, wouldn't nobody care about it. And it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Who would care? They get an NFL presence. He can there turn around instantly. And you want to know the difference between public schools, winning championships and private schools winning championships? It's really about the structure, the coaches. Most public school programs don't have structure. That's it. They don't have a structure. They don't have a structure. The coaches really don't come in with structure. They really can't really get the support they need, so they really don't care. And believe it or not, that builds a tremendous amount of character. Sports build character. Sports teach kids not to give up. But I mean, anybody that played or know anything about inner city sports or inner city in the community things, that happens all the time. Sponsor shoes, sponsor clothes, parents donating, the coach spending his own money on us to have things and warm-ups and jerseys, and this ain't nothing new. They've been doing stuff like this. And it's unfortunate. So what title does it tell the kids? When you do good, it's a bad thing? It's not a bad thing. You know? Look how much one guy can change around. They won a state championship in Florida. How many kids off that team probably, if they didn't win it, wouldn't have got a scholarship, wouldn't have got a partial scholarship, wouldn't have never got looked at, wouldn't have had that opportunity to be successful. Ain't that crazy? How many kids wouldn't have had that opportunity? Wow. So it hurts when you hear stories like that. It hurts. It really do. But we all know that. We all know they grew up in the inner city. We all know that. You know, even regardless, it's teachers that they go in their pocket to make sure you got. If you hear some of these kids' stories, it's sad. It's sad. There's certain kids who don't have clothes, food. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of the principals, teachers cut corners for these kids. If they ain't cut corners, the kid. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. It really is. But they say, you got to play between the lines and you got to do this, you got to do that. And it's like, I get it. Pre NIL, post NIL, I don't think it matter in my opinion. And he was giving the kids money. They do it. I mean, we all know that. I was on college campus and coaches was paying for kids to have money, to have food, giving them kids money so they don't have to starve or they had to give what they want to get to. And ain't nothing. We all know it ain't nothing new. So anybody that been in, and not even just sports, anybody that been involved, man, with teachers that they do way more than what you supposed to do. But hey, it is what it is. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all. What is he looking at? Hit all notifications. Increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live and drop video. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Peace.